Welcome everybody to another episode of Geek Dad Report Comics You Crave. I'm Brian and that's Ryan, and today we have a very interesting comic for you.
Well, I think I was kind of more giddy about it because I'm a big Adventure Time nerd.
Yeah,
Um,
I've never seen the
and
show. Fair warning.
and I figured, Brian needs to get a little bit of what the show is about. Um, so this is Adventure Time #1. It comes from Boom Studios. Their Kaboom kind of imprint is more for kids. Um, and the artists on it, or not the artists, but the writers are there's three because there's four different stories. There's Tony Millionaire, Katie Cook, and Art Baltazar. They also do all their own artwork, so they got to write and do the art on their own stories. Um, so it's a little bit different than what you expect from the other Adventure Time comic books. These
Artwork's
ones,
a little
they're
strange.
yeah, 'cause Brian, when he first after he read it, he asked if if this is normally just dyslexic and batshit insane, weird, and I said, oh yeah, that's just how the show is, and then I read the comics, and these stories you can tell are obviously fan interpretations. Um, the show does get a little zany and crazy, and they have a lot of fun with their characters and everything. But is it three or four short
It's
stories?
three stories, uh, and I will say that one thing I was showing everybody is there's three very distinct art styles, which I did enjoy. It helped distinguish each individual story. They don't run into each other. They're their own complete story. They each take about, I don't know, 8 pages or so. Um, but but
They
yeah,
are
I've
pretty crazy.
I've never watched Adventure Time. It's a show that I kind of missed, and my kids watch it. And one of these days, I'm gonna sit down and watch it. Everybody tells me I should, but I asked Ryan after reading the comic. I said, "Is the show this crazy?" And he said, "No, it's not." I said, "He goes, why?" I said, "Because I feel like this comic book was written by a person with schizophrenia, multiple schizophrenic, multiple personality disorder, who also has ADD." Because it's so random and all over the place. It's not bad at all. It's just, it's like, hey, let's go find this. Look, squirrel. Oh my god, a dead body. Hey, let's go to the prom. It's so
Oh no, the
random.
dead body is actually the skeleton prints.
Oh
Um,
my god, it's so crazy. It's not bad at all. It's
yeah,
very
it's
crazy. But
if
the whole time
you're
I'm reading it, I was like, what the hell am I reading?
if you're a big Adventure Time fan like I am, I've seen every episode, I know a lot of like the in-depth stuff, and I pay attention to the because the show is essentially for kids, but there's a lot of adult overtones, so I pay attention to a lot of the adult overtones that are present in the show. These comics are obviously for kids with very short attention spans, and they there's the first one. There's the toothpaste um, fairy. The
Okay,
second one's got
hey, real quick, I like to say the
Space
first one, the
Princess.
toothpaste fairy, had a very weird sexual kind of undertone to the whole thing.
Yeah, and then they had Lumpy Space Princess, and
Strange.
and Bacon Princess. And then I can't even remember what the last story was. It was BMO, um, who's one of my favorite characters
I
on
don't
Adventure
know.
Time. So it
Dude
was
was
just it
building
just got
shells from a wizard that ended up being possessed by demons that turned to squirrels. I,
yeah. I mean, these like Adventure Time guys get pretty crazy at times, but this was it was way. So if you're an Adventure Time fan like me, and you thought this would be just a cool thing to read, I would probably say pass on it. Maybe let your kids read it. Um, it it kind of skips over a lot of what the serious parts of the show that I like, and it just really dives into like the fucked up weird kid shit that like only kids understand. So.
yeah, I mean, as far as my end, it wasn't poorly written, or I actually really like the artwork. It's something kind of different. I felt the story very much mirrored the artwork, which I always appreciate. I feel whoever wrote these put a lot of time and love into these comics. But I will say that if you've never watched Adventure Time, there is no entry point. I mean, I had no idea what was going on, and I'm
Yeah.
just reading this like this is the weirdest shit I've ever read in my entire life. So if you haven't seen Adventure Time and you're an adult, I would say pass on Adventure Time comics. If you have kids, like Ryan said, I do think with the artwork and the story would definitely appeal to children who may or may not even be a fan of the show. If they're a fan of the show, probably definitely like it, but I think I can only recommend this for children who like Adventure Time.
Yeah, well, this is Adventure Time #1, and they've had a very long Adventure Time series.
Oh, so there's a lot more Adventure Time comics?
Yes, there's a ton of them. So
Well, this one,
maybe skip this round.
yeah, Adventure Time Comics #1. I think it's just Adventure Time Comics, right?
Yeah.
#1 from Boom Studios. Me and Ryan are both gonna say, unless you are under the age of 10, you should not buy this.
Yes.
Let's see. Well, how much is it? It's $2.99.
Yep, $2.99.
Boom Studios available now.
Yep, available now. It just came out yesterday.
All right.
So,
Well, if you pick it up, let us know if you think it's as crazy as we did. Until
Yes.
next time, guys.
enjoy.
Later.